Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do one of the specials that we do from time to time just to keep people interested who aren't really, diehard Beatle fans. So for this little special we're going to be looking at Adam and the Ants, Kings of the Wild Frontier LP. This is an original UK first pressing and it came out in 1981. Sorry, 1980. Came out in 1980. This was a bit of a transitional LP, Adam and the Ants. The LP before this, Dirt Wears White Socks, was a classic punk stroke gothic new wave album. Very, very punky, a classic album. The album that followed this, Pinch Charmin, was a bit more pop and theatrical. So although this is like one of the best LPs Adam and the Ants ever made, it's also like you're going from the punk to the pop with this. It is still quite a punky album. So we're going to go back to the early 1980s for this one, aren't we? So like I say, Adam and the Ants, but this is not the Adam and the Ants of Dirt Wears White Socks. In fact, it is a completely different band. The only person in this Adam and the Ants who was on Dirt Wears White Socks is Adam Ant. The rest of the band is completely different. For those of you that don't know the story, just after Dirt Wears White Socks was released, Adam Ant went to, of all people, Malcolm McLaren, to ask him to manage him because he'd been working hard and he wasn't getting the success that he thought he wanted. So basically, Malcolm McLaren says, "Well, how much money have you got?" So Adam Ant goes, "Well, I've got X amount." I think it was a few £100 at the time. So I went to see him and things like that. And basically, he sacked Adam Ant from Adam and the Ants, signed a contract with the Ants, renamed them Bow Wow Wow, and got a girl singer to replace Adam Ant. But in hindsight, he actually did Adam a favour because Bow Wow Wow went on to have success, and then Adam Ant made this, and then Prince Charming then went on to a solo career, didn't he? So like I say, this is the original UK version. It is on CBS Records. And the catalogue number is, I can remember. Bear with us one sec. Now I'll do the catalogue number when I show you the record because I'm going to go on about what's on it and everything first. So side one, you get Dog Eat Dog, Dog Eat Dog, Eat Dog, Eat Dog, Ambush Me Daddy, which I think is one of the best records Adam and the Ants ever made. It was a huge hit in the UK. Then you get Ant Music, which is probably the most famous song off this one. Again, it was a big hit in the UK. Feed Me to the Lions, Los Ranchos, Ants Invasion, and then Kill It in the Home. Or Kill It in the Home could have technically been a single. Side two, you got Kings of the Wild Frontier, which was actually released before this album, and only got into like the lower reaches of the UK top 40. Then when he went on Top of the Pops and did Dog Eat Dog, then this album came out, then Ant Music, and then Kings of the Wild Frontier did actually eventually get into the top 5 in the UK. Brilliant song. It is actually a really, really good song. Then you've got the Magnificent Five, Don't Be Square, Be There, which could have actually been on Dirt Wears White Socks, because halfway through it goes, Dirt Wears White Socks, Dirt Wears White Socks. Brilliant song, love it. Then you've got Jolly Roger, Hoist the Jolly Roger, hoist the Jolly Roger. Then you got Making History, and then the last song on side 2 is The Human Beings. So that's the front cover, that is the back cover, that is the track listing. And you also got an inner sleeve with this. So let's get that. So that is all the words to the songs on side 1. And then that is all the words to the songs on side 2. just get my glasses for 1 second. I'll tell you who's actually plays on this and everything, just in case you don't know. Right, so all songs are written by Ant Marco, made by Marco, Adam Ant, Kevin Mooney, Terry Email, and Merrick. Well, Merrick was Chris Hughes. Produced by Chris Hughes, so Chris Hughes was the drummer, one of the drummers, and actually produced it. Engineered by Hugh James, recorded at Rockfield Studios, August 1980. Sleeve concept is by Jules and Adam Ant. Graphic design, Jules. Photography, Answorth. Video film, because this, all this, that is actually a still from the Kings of the Wild Frontier video, as is that. Out on YouTube, because there's 2 different versions of that. Warrior Ant logo, Danny Kleinman. All songs published by EMI Music Limited, and it's on CBS, and it's 84549. That's all the information there. Like I say, apart from Adam Ant, everybody else in Adam and the Ants wasn't on the preceding LP, which is a shame, because if this was like a double album and they'd mix the songs up, sort of thing, a lot of these songs would have actually fitted on Dirt Wears White Socks. Again, this is a UK first pressing. So that is side 1. And then that is side 2. Now, believe it or not, there was 2 different mixes of this album, and I can never work out which one's which, because one has got a slightly different mix of Ant music on it there. This says CBS 84549 B2. That's for side 1. And then on the B side, it just says CBS 8447 A1. So it's a B1 A1. I've said that wrong, haven't I? Yeah, sorry, it's A1 for side 1 and B2 for side 2. So whether that makes it, it's got the alternative mix of Ant music on it, I don't know. Sound quality, everything is brilliant on here. The production is brilliant. This is when Adam used 2 drummers, which he still does to this day, doesn't he? In his band that he's touring with at the moment. And he has 2 drummers, which I think, if I remember rightly, he got the idea from watching the Glitter Band. I think. The musicianship is brilliant on it. Obviously, Marco had a lot to do with this album, like co-writing all the songs on it. Kevin Mooney didn't last very long, the bass player, did he? I think by the end of 1980, I think he was actually kicked out of the band, wasn't he? Because he was like an old punk rocker, wanted Kevin Mooney, and he didn't like the direction that Adam and the Ants were going. That is the official version. Now, the unofficial version, which how true this is, I don't know, is at the time, Adam Ant was actually married. And apparently Kevin Mooney was seeing Adam Ant's wife, or having an affair with her, or whatever you want to call it. That's the unofficial version. So I'll leave it to you lot to work out which is the true version. I'm not saying, I'm just saying I've heard 2 versions, yeah? When this album was originally released in 1980, you actually got this with it as well. The Adam and the Ants catalogue. The ones that came out after, like end of 80, beginning of 81, didn't have this. So this is actually worth more than what the album was, believe it or not. So basically, you'll get Adam Ant vocals, Marco Parioni guitar, Terry Mal drums, Merrick drums, and Kevin Mooney bass. That is who plays on this. It tells you basically the story of Adam and the Ants. Some early photos of Adam Ant. That's actually Jordan there, who had a lot to do with the Sex Pistols. And I'm not sure, I think Adam Ant went out with it at one time, didn't he? That's an early version of like the Kings of the Wild Frontier look. That he hasn't got the white stripe across his nose, which probably made all the difference, didn't it? And it will tell you all the different versions of Adam and the Ants in here as well, because there was quite a few versions of it. Tells you what bands the other members have been in. The discography up to when this LP was released. So when this LP was released, they'd actually released 4 singles. So the singles were Young Parisians Lady, that was Decca. And that was in August of 1978. They'd released Xerox Stroke Whipping My Release. Do It Records, that was released in June 1979. And then they'd released a re-recording of Car Trouble, again on Do It Records. That was released in February 1980. And then in April of 1980 was the original release date of Kings of the Wild Frontier. But like I say, it was a little bit of a flop at the time. And then obviously they'd done the album Dirt Wears White Socks. And then obviously there was this album. So that's like the discography up to this album being released. Now there's an omission here because they also did a couple of songs for a film called Jubilee, which actually went onto the soundtrack of that film, which is a very obscure punk stroke new wave, very strange film in where Elizabeth I comes back to London and becomes a punk rocker or hangs around with a load of punk rockers sort of thing. And they did a version of Deutsche Girls for that and Plastic Surgery, which you can see on YouTube. So check them videos out as well, because they are a bit like the forgotten songs of Adam and the Ants. And then on there, it tells you basically the history of Adam Ants and the shows and what he did from 1976 up to 1980. So if you see this album, I mean, you can pick this up for basically not a great deal of money, but that is what makes it worthwhile. Without that, it's usually under a £5. Usually, although this is in really, really nice condition, to be honest. You can get battered up copies for a couple of quid, to be honest. Brilliant album. If it's got that with it, you'll be talking a minimum of 15 quid usually, if it's anything in that really nice condition. Is that on the back as well, by the way? There was also a slightly different version of this, which came out in America. Bear with me 1 sec. See, that's got a barcode on it. That's a later version. That's got a barcode on it. Well, that one hasn't, although that one is still British. No, I'm still British. No, this is it. This is Epic. This is on Epic, this one. But you don't get the booklet with this, and it's a slightly different track listing. So you get Dog Eat Dog, Ant Music, Los Fanchos, Feed Me to the Lions, Fest Darlings, which was technically B-side, Ants Invasion and Killer Name. And then on the B-side, you get Kings of the Wild Frontier, Don't Be Square Be There, Magnificent Five, Jolly Roger, Physical, you also say Physical, which wasn't on the UK version, was it? And the Human Being. So it is actually slight. And this inner sleeve is more in keeping with the Dirt Wears White Socks sort of inner sleeve. So it has got a slightly different track listing. And it's on Epic, and it's NJE 37033. So that is side 1. And then that is side 2. So if you Adam and the Ant completist, or Adam and the Ants completist, actually need both of these LPs, believe it or not. Yes, the track listing is very, very similar. But as far as I know, that one is slightly rarer in the UK. in America or Canada or wherever it is this is from. No. Yeah, it's just say New York City. So yeah, so that is American, isn't it? You know, that one is slightly varied because it's got a slightly different track listing on it. Still good. Sound quality, I think, is brilliant on that one. But just remember, if you're going for the UK version, you need the one that has this with it, which didn't come with the American or the Canadian version, as far as I know. It didn't anyway. Because apart from that, it's basically the same, isn't it? But that track listing's got a black background, hasn't it, where that one hasn't. So there you have it. Adam and the Ants. Probably the most famous album by Adam and the Ants. Although, to be fair, and I'm not saying this to upset people, I prefer Dirt Wears White Socks album, then that one, and then that Prince Charming one. I honestly think was a load of crap, to be honest. Some good songs on it, don't get me wrong. There was some good songs on it, but I think Adam and the Ants started to become like a cartoon version of themselves, and like it's more like pantomime, and which worked in the videos. Don't get me wrong, you know, the Prince Charming video and what was the one, Stand and Deliver videos are brilliant videos. But I think after that, after they'd done Prince Charming, I think Adam and the Ants should have actually took a break for a year, and then got back as Adam and the Ants. That is just my personal opinion. I think Adam has basically said something very similar to that in an interview I saw a few years ago, where he says, you know, really, he sacked the band because he wanted to go solo. I mean, virtually as soon as he'd done it, he like regretted doing it. So that's it, Adam and the Ants. Interesting fact, just before we go, as a lot of you probably know, I live in Derbyshire. And apparently Marco lives somewhere near me. I think he lives somewhere up Ashbourne Way, which isn't really that far from me. So, you know, I did actually see the original Adam Ants at one point, many, many years ago, in 1979, maybe very, very early 1918. I mean, if it was 1980, it would have been like January time. And they were the backup band for a punk band I'd been to see somewhere. I don't remember where I saw. We was going to go and see him on his latest tour, but that has been cancelled now, hasn't it? So hopefully Adam is okay, and you know he will get back to his touring. So this has just been a little bit of entertainment, and like I say, it is something different. You know, Beatle Dave. You know, 99% of the time it is the Beatles, but you know, from time to time we do little specials on other artists just to keep it a little bit fresh. And Adam and the Ants are one of my favourite bands anyway, to be honest. You know, it is Beatle Dave, and I'm a Beatle fanatic, but I also like a lot of other music, like Adam and the Ants, I like Madness, I like the Kinks, I like the Sex Pistols. You know, I've got a wide range of music, Buddy Holly, Everly Brothers, you know. Basically, I listen to anything from Buddy Holly all the way up to like Oasis, the Cast, if any of you can remember them, and things like that. After that, it all gets just sounds a bit thump, 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 thump to me. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Once again, thank you for joining me on this video. I hope I have entertained you. As I've said before, if you watch any of my videos, I don't take myself that serious. If you want to leave a comment, please leave a comment, but please leave it. If you've got a comment to make, just make it that it is about the videos that you've been watching. Keep getting stupid comments now, which I thought would sort it out, because all I'll do is I'll just report them and then delete them, which is going off this subject a little bit. So like I said before, to everybody that is subscribing, thank you very much. If you're new to the channel, brilliant, I hope you like it. If you're watching my videos and you do like them and you haven't done so, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe as well, because if you subscribe, then you'll get notifications when I'm doing videos like this. And from time to time we do different things other than the Beatles, but like I say, 99% of the time it's the Beatles. So as always, love your records, cherish your records, play your records. Sometimes you'll have to clean them, but once you clean them, they're okay. They can last a lifetime if you treat your records properly and look after record equipment properly as well. So that's going to be it for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Once again, thank you to everybody that has been supporting me and is continuing to support me and liking my videos and subscribing. And you know, if you do like my videos, just do me a favor, thumbs up and subscribe after you've watched this. So until the next time, which probably will be tomorrow or maybe even next weekend now, this is Beetle Dave from the UK in Derbyshire. Sunny Derbyshire today as well. It's quite nice. It's been horrible all morning, and that's like getting on late in the afternoon. The sun comes out. Anyway, thank you very much once again. Love to you all. Stay safe, and I will see you again soon. So, Beetle Dave saying cheerio for now.